Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about how to prevent girth galls or cinch galls on your horse. So really important that you check both sides of the horse. And like she's got her winter coat, so I'm going to check it with my hand. So when you're grooming, check both sides. And when you're cleaning out their hooves, since you have their leg up, that's when you want to check this area and make sure there's no girth galls there, okay? The other thing is I highly recommend that you use some type of natural fiber for your cinch. So whether that be leather, if you're using a girth, or this is sheepskin, or using a mohair cinch, natural fibers tend to cause less girth galls. And then the other thing that's a really good technique is that don't cinch them up tight right away. You cinch them up just snug enough to keep the saddle on. So this is snug, right? But it's not tight. And then what I'll do is I'm going to walk her around a little bit because I'm going to go get on her or whatever. I'm going to walk her around a little bit. Then I'll tighten it a little bit more, walk around a little bit more, and then tighten it a little bit more. And what that does, and then walk around again right before I get on. And what that does is you've probably seen people go, whoa, you tighten up your cinch and then pull their leg forward, right? To make sure the skin isn't all bunched up here. Well, if you just walk them around before you tighten it up all the way and then tighten it gradually, they're less likely to be cinchy because it's not pleasant to have your cinch tighten really fast. And then also that's already going to do that job of smoothing that skin underneath your cinch. The other thing to consider is where your rigging is. So this rigging is in line right behind her elbow. So it's going to be nice and straight. If you have rigging where your rigging is up here, it's going to put your cinch too far forward, and that's more likely to cause girth galls. So make sure that your rigging is in line with the cinch area of where your horse is. So that it's not too far forward. So basically, you don't want the rigging too far forward for your horse. And then the other thing to consider is if you are in a climate that's more humid or you're going on a really long ride, is you can put Desitin or diaper rash cream. You can buy the cheapy kind. You don't need to buy actual brand name. And put that in this whole cinch area. It's going to, of course, get on your cinch, but there are worse things in the world. But you're going to put it on your cinch area here. It's almost like if you're like a runner or whatever and you use like chafing cream or glide cream or anything like that. It works like that, but a lot of girth galls will get worse or are caused by fungus. And so that'll help prevent that. You want to do it on both sides. And then the very last thing I want to say is you need to keep your cinches clean. So like this one, it's really nice because you can take it off and then throw it in the wash. And then after we ride, we let them sit in the sun and let the sun disinfect them a bit. You can also spray antiseptic spray on there. I like Espana Silk because it's very natural and safe. But last thing you want to do is if it's wet, is put it inside. She's trying to nibble at me. Put it inside and just let it sit and get all nasty because that's when things are going to grow, bacteria, fungus, and things like that. So you want to make sure that you keep them clean. You disinfect them every day, put them in the sun, let them dry out before you put them on your horse. If you're riding a lot of different horses, you should have a lot of different cinches. So that's my recommendation on how to prevent girth galls.